My name is Gus Le Breton. I would like to welcome you on 2024, first ever tag-along self-drive adventure to Zimbabwe. I am a practicing field ecologist. I've been working for the last 30 years in Zimbabwe. During my time, I've got to know most of this beautiful country quite well, and it's my privilege and honor to share it with you guys on the very first of these tag-along tours. So I'm going to very quickly talk you through the route. Zimbabwe is an absolutely spectacular country, surprisingly not on many tourist itineraries, which is really good for us because it means that for most of the journey we won't see any other tourists whatsoever. The route we're going to be taking is a circular one in a clockwise direction. You will collect your vehicles in Johannesburg, South Africa, drive up through the border, and then you will meet me. Together we will go up, first of all, to Great Zimbabwe. Great Zimbabwe, right in the center of the country, very, very historical archaeological site, quite extraordinary and unique in the whole of sub-Saharan Africa, in fact. Excellent starting point. Before we head off to the city of Bulawayo, and then from there down to the Matobo Hills, otherwise known as Matopos. This is a national park and a land of serene landscapes and beautiful views. This is the place where Cecil John Rhodes, who founded Rhodesia, the country that preceded Zimbabwe, that is the spot where he chose to be buried after he died. And you can in fact go and visit his burial site at a place they call World's View. From Matopos, we will then go up in a westerly direction, northwesterly direction to Hwange National Park. This is the biggest park in Zimbabwe. All of the big five are very much on view here, particularly known for its elephant, very large elephant population, guaranteed to see a lot of wildlife, shall I say. Not everything necessarily, you can never predict, but it will be an amazing wildlife experience for you. Then from there we will go up to the world famous Victoria Falls, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. I probably don't need to say too much about it. If any tourist has ever been to Zimbabwe, that's probably where they go. So that's the one place where you will meet other tourists, but it is worth going because it is a natural wonder. From there, we are going to head in an easterly direction along the Zambezi escarpment to the magnificent and very little visited park of Chizarira. This park is almost unknown to tourists. They have on average 100 to 200 visitors a year in this park. It's a huge wilderness area and you will have it entirely to yourselves. Spectacular views looking down over Lake Kariba. From there, we're going to head on in a northeasterly direction to the little town of Kariba by the dam that gave its name to this whole enormous man-made lake, Lake Kariba, second biggest man-made lake in the world, also a wildlife wonder world. In Kariba, you will do something that you cannot do anywhere else in the world. You will board a houseboat and go and moor up in one of the many hundreds of little tiny bays and coves along this lake shore that are in the Matobo National Park, a wonderful wildlife area, completely extraordinary. If you like fishing, this is the time to put your rod in the water and catch the world famous Zambezi tigerfish. From Kariba, we will head in an easterly direction to Matopos. Matopos is a world heritage site, man and the Biosphere Reserve, another very well-known national park right on the banks of the Zambezi River. Absolutely spectacular. You will love every minute of it. From Matopos, we're heading out to the east and then up the Zambezi escarpment to the Mavurudana Wilderness area. This is a place where I guarantee you will not see another tourist, right on the edge of the rather astonishingly named Great Dike, which is a major geological fault that runs northeast to southwest across Zimbabwe. Again, a place that very few tourists ever go to or know anything about. From there, we're going to pass briefly through the capital city, Harare, formerly known as Salisbury. Harare, we are then going to go in an easterly direction to the Eastern Highlands. This is a range of mountains that separates Zimbabwe from Mozambique, an area of exceptionally high biodiversity, a lot of endemic plants, a lot of endemic birds, And again, not an area that's ever really visited by tourists, so you'll have much of it to yourself. Of course, we Zimbabweans know and love these mountains, but the rest of the world have pretty much never heard of them. We will be driving right through the middle of Hwange National Park, just at the foot of Nyangani, which is the highest mountain in the country, down to the dramatic, breathtaking Hwange Gorge, past the Hwange River, further down through the capital, the Eastern Highlands, Mutare, and then down to Chimanimani, which is another of Zimbabwe's great and highly biodiverse mountain ranges. It's a national park. We probably won't go much into the park because you can only do that on foot, but we will camp right on the edge of it, and the views are breathtaking. From there, we will conclude our tour of Zimbabwe in the gem of the entire country, which is here down in the southeast low-veld Gonarezhou National Park. Recently the home to reintroduced rhino population, all the big five there, one of the most magnificent pieces of wildlife real estate in the whole of Africa, and you and I will enjoy it together at the end of this wonderful, incredible Zimbabwean tour. I really hope that I will see you there.